Ooh-wee, people are pissed at John Mayer for his new music video. They're calling it racist. The music video is for the new song, Still Feel Like Your Man. How's it go?
Still feels like your man.
All right, let's watch it.
Still feel like your man. 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 I still feel like your man.
So, a number of people on social media saying that this was cultural appropriation, saying that it was racist, that there was too many Asian stereotypes. And then also, I have here some of what John Mayer had to say, because he talked a little bit about the music video with the New York Times. He argued he was being, quote, as sensitive as he could possibly be. And then they also brought up the fact in the New York Times article that this video, he wanted to be sensitive because he knew that he had faced a lot of backlash back in 2010 when he, quote, dropped the N-word in a Playboy interview and said he only sleeps with white women because he has a David Duke cock. Wow.
I don't even know what that means, but I think it's kind of funny.
David Duke's the leader of the KKK.
Yeah.
What a ridiculous thing to say.
It's a horrible thing to say.
Was
So then,
ridiculous.
What does it mean, though?
I've got a racist cock. I don't want to sleep with black women. That's exactly what it means.
Yeah, but I think
Read
it
between
implies
the
he got a
lines.
small penis.
No, I don't
Really?
think so.
No,
I
Sam,
mean,
you're right.
He
That's what
probably
it means.
does have a giant penis. I'm just saying, he seems like the guy who
we'll
has a
talk about
big
his penis
dick.
later. Okay, so he also told the Times, quote, part of cultural appropriation is blindness. I'm on the right side of the line because it's an idea for the video that has a very multi-ethnic casting and nobody who is white or non-Asian is playing an Asian person. Do I think that someone is going to tweet that this is cultural appropriation? Yes, it's going to be interesting to see. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
John Mayer causing pandemonium.
John Mayer dancing live.
Great musician, but total tool.
He's
Yeah.
Sam, he's a tool
he's such
for
a
sure.
tool.
I think we
But that
all
affects-
agree he's the worst.
That affects the way I listen to music, and I know that's wrong. I should just be able to like listen to the music and love it because I think he is incredible. And I even was like starting to jive to that song, and then I saw his face in the video, and it bugged me.
Him sing. Have you been to John Mayer concert before?
No, I bet they're
his-
incredible.
He's incredible. His face live is even worse than the face in the video. It's like
Because
this
he's like,
cakey,
humming.
like
This thing's
smushed up
weird.
face. I watched the video and I thought the song. First of all, I love John Mayer. I've seen John Mayer in concert a dozen times. I think he's a brilliant musician. His first 3 albums, stellar. I think this is going back to that old John Mayer style with Room for Squares, Heavier Things. You know, because he went really left in the country genre for a minute there. But I had to watch the video 5 times to see about
What?
to see it, to make sure that I was watching what I was watching. And guys, I'm sorry, I didn't find it racist.
Oh, good. This is a good conversation.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
yes,
find it
did you
racist.
guys find it
no,
racist?
because I thought the video was a little homoerotic because he kept singing to the man. Still feels like your man. Is he coming on to the dude singing in the chair?
Only if he was a white dude.
Right, but
He's got that
also,
David Duke penis.
the video would have been racist if for me, if 2 of the following things would have occurred. Women doing nails in a nail salon, all Asian, that's stereotypical for sure, or them making sushi. None of that happened. And then people say, well, the pandas. Well, the pandas were a throwback to Katy Perry's
Yep.
Sharks at the Super Bowl because the song, John Mayer has said the song is for Katy,
he
right?
I saw
he
that
has
too.
admitted that this song is about Katie.
And someone else said, real quick, Brett, someone else said, oh, the whole red light Tokyo thing. Well, Janet Jackson back in 1993 did a video to a little song you may have heard called If, that was huge, using the same Tokyo red light district theme. And people didn't say, and they had Asians of all different.
Yeah, but that was back in
That was
1993.
before.
Tokyo red light district is.
Fine, that's 1993, but still, it still holds true
Are
today.
people blowing this out of proportion?
Absolutely they are.
Yeah, I think so. I think too often people see a white person doing like something from a different country and say immediately, this is cultural appropriation, it's terrible. I think in the world of art, there's a sacred space for an exchange of ideas, taking influences. One of my favorite musicians of all time is Paul Simon. And
love
every
Paul
album, he would just go hang out with people who did a certain kind of music, come back and do his version of it without belittling it. I think there are specific differences between like maybe the Panda Bear aspect of things, Like the what's her name? The skater boy girl, Avril
Oh yeah, that's
Lavigne.
right. Avril Lavigne's
Avril
Hello Kitty
Lavigne
video.
did a Hello Kitty thing, and then Gwen Stefani does the Harajuku thing. But I think that that's appropriating pop culture from other countries, which is different than like wearing a feather in your hair, not because you understand what Native Americans symbolize, but because you think feathers are cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think that
it's a good point.
You just have to do a little more research into it.
Grace.
I think what people are upset about is not, I haven't heard a lot that it's racist. I think that people are frustrated because he's conflating Asian culture with a broad brush and being like, it's all the same. Like he said in an interview that when he wrote the song, it reminded him of, I believe it's like Japanese,
Ancient
Japanese R&B, which he then went on to say, this is also from the New York Times article, doesn't exist. Is a musical genre that doesn't exist. But then in the video, he's conflating like Chinese culture with Japanese culture. And so what I'm saying is I feel like we need to have a voice on this panel that is like, we do not get to decide
like
if he is
a token kind of Asian person we should bring in to be Asian for us. Anyone volunteer?
Would anyone do
You
that?
look at Sophie, she's like, wait, what?
We were talking about it. Is it? Yeah, we did some research
But
beforehand.
wait, I like where
No,
you were
so
going. because
basically,
who are
I think that like what the things that rubbed me wrong about this is John Mayer being like, I'm on the right side of this discussion as a white guy. Like I know that I obviously cannot be guilty of this because I just said that I'm not. So there you
can't
go.
dictate when someone's offended.
Right. So I'm not offended by this at all.
Right.
I don't think it's a big deal. But I think that for us to come out and be like, there's no way that anyone who is of Asian descent or like understands Asian culture could find fault with this. You are wrong.
Right.
I don't think that. I don't think that's
Exactly.
fair.
It's not fair. But again, what I asked you earlier, Sam, where's the line though? Everyone's offended by everything. I mean, someone's always going to be offended. You can't. I think John Mayer saying that was just him defending himself, as he said in the article, because historically, yes, I've said some racist things, so I have to preface this video by saying that. And again, I like what you said about art, because if we want to talk about cultural appropriation, you brought up Gwen Stefani, she's made millions hand over fist, Harajuku, Lamb, basically capitalizing on Japanese lifestyle and culture, but no one's calling her out for that.
Well, they have,
and especially she did the Native American thing.
Yeah, the
too.
Native American thing she severely got called out for. Now, for the Harajuku girls and all that, she got called out for as well. But her response was, I spent a lot of time, and Avril Lavigne said the same thing. I spent a lot of time in Tokyo. I spent a lot of time in Asia. I'm obsessed with it. I love it, and this is my way of being inspired and wanting to showcase how it has influenced me.
Right. That's the point I was going to make, though, too, is that you can be inspired by certain things. I'm inspired by, I don't know, things that are not African American culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like people are so effing sensitive now. Racism is like the new knee-jerk reaction that people want to automatically go to when they disagree with something. Oh, that's racist or that's discriminatory. And personally for me, this video was not that.
Dude, I'll say that if there's one country that like appropriates the shit out of stuff, it's Japan. Like Japanese culture is like, I went there. I went to Tokyo, which is super cosmopolitan version of it, and there's very traditional parts of like outside of Tokyo, Japan that are awesome too, and there's very traditional parts of Japan inside Tokyo. But motherfuck, they are so good at taking things from other nations and doing them super well and putting their own spin on it, and that is cultural appropriation. Like whiskey, like have you ever had Japanese like scotch? That's scotch. That's from Scotland. They turn it into fucking awesome stuff. And I think that that's good as long as everyone understands what they do with each other and respects the process. That said, I think also John Mayer has a little bit of extra room if he was more explicit about it. Like if he was making fun in his video of Katy Perry's cultural appropriations, which I just, from a baseline knee jerk for me, my experience with Katy Perry stuff is less researched than Avril's.
She showed up to an award show as a geisha, and that rocked a lot of boats. A lot of people
I get it.
Madonna did that in '98 too with the Ray of Light album.
I think it's important to be sensitive, especially when you're not, when you're not from that culture. But I also
agree with. Are you a
agree
proponent
with,
or are you using them as a prop?
Yes,
that's the question.
and I think it's also important to look at it from that standpoint, 100%. So. I guess we'll toss it to you guys. What do you think? Please share your thoughts in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.